Hello, welcome to our Detox Health Intensive webinar today. We are going to be focusing on phase 3 of detox, which is elimination. So elimination is the process of waste elimination. The majority of waste is going to be eliminated via your urine and stools or bowel movements. However, there are several other organs that are also important for elimination, in particularly the skin and the lungs. Let's take a look at these different organ systems. The skin is the body's largest organ of elimination, even though it is not necessarily the most effective because that would be your GI tract. It is the largest. We eliminate toxins through sweat and also through our oil glands upon occasion. Doing daily exercise and sauna therapy help us to sweat daily, and it really helps us if we need to eliminate extra toxins. Our respiratory system. We exhale toxins through the air we breathe. This is where we eliminate the majority of our toxins with each exhalation. We also trap toxins in the mucus that live within our respiratory tract. Doing regular exercise helps to improve our ability to eliminate toxins through respiration because we're breathing more deeply, more completely, and more quickly. In particular, carbon dioxide, which is a byproduct of metabolism, is eliminated via exhalation. Our lymphatic system. This is a huge, major drainage pathway for the blood to eliminate the toxins that collect in their circulatory system. The lymphatic system has nodes where immune cells aggregate and attack microbes and toxins that they may come in contact with as they circulate through your lymphatic system. We have to have regular exercise and movement along with good hydration, enough water to help move the lymphatic system. They don't have their own muscular movement like your circulatory system does. They rely on the muscles surrounding them to move that lymph into the channels where they can be eliminated more effectively. The colon. This is where we collect and eliminate toxins through our feces. 2 to 3 bowel movements a day is considered important for reducing toxic load. Even a single bowel movement a day is considered normal. Some people don't even have bowel movements that often. I do encourage people who have slow bowel movements to add more fiber to their diet and more water to their diet because daily bowel movements go a long way towards keeping your body healthy and toxin free. The liver. The liver is really the clearinghouse. The liver works to deactivate toxins that come into our body either via our skin, via breathing, and especially via what we eat or intake. And it works around the clock. They're doing over 500 major functions for the body. Bitter herbs, amino acids, and good hydration are key for improving liver health, and I'll talk more about that later. Kidneys. So the kidneys are our blood's filter. They filter both metabolic and toxic waste out of the blood, and they work to maintain stable blood pH levels. We survive in a very narrow pH range. We get either too acidic, which is the more common issue, or even too alkaline. It can kill us. So our kidneys not only filter waste, they're responsible for keeping us alive. Good hydration, stable blood sugars, and bitter herbs are key for improving kidney health. So transport of volatile phase 2 metabolites occurs via the lungs, volatile meaning gaseous. What happens when we exhale? So after oxygen reaches the cell uses the oxygen, and the byproduct of this is carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is a metabolic byproduct of cellular respiration. Cells send carbon dioxide back into the bloodstream because they can't use it for anything. The carbon dioxide travels through the entire circulatory system and makes its way back into the alveoli of the lungs. It's there that the carbon dioxide is moved from the alveoli to the bronchioles and into the bronchi, and that's where breath moves in and out. So your body has to be able to move all this gaseous volatile waste quite a lot. It has to go from the circulatory system into one part of the lung, into a secondary part of the lung, and then into the major part of the lung. So once it's in the bronchi, then we breathe it up into our trachea and then out through our mouths and noses. So you can see lung health is a fairly complex and extremely important aspect of health. You get too much carbon dioxide, your cells get toxic quite quickly. You can build up lactic acid, and you can wind up with heart attacks along with several other pretty major health issues. So this is another way to look at how toxins work with the lungs. Again, I'll be using a lot of graphics in this presentation because there's science. So oxidative stress produces VOCs, which is volatile organic chemicals, and these are the things that can poison us. There are also exogenous VOCs that we may be exposed to: glues, paints, carpets, fabrics. All of these can, even paper, all of these can exude VOCs, which are volatile chemicals that can be very deadly. And of course, metabolic processes produce VOCs, the carbon dioxide. Diseases can lead to excess VOCs. So hepatic diseases, which is your liver, renal dysfunction, that's your kidneys, diabetes, cancers, even schizophrenia can lead to excess volatile organic chemicals in your body. Excretion can go through the urine and feces, but it also expirates, this is the part that your lungs are involved in. And the major VOCs that your lungs need to remove from the body are isoprene, acetone. Acetone in particular has a very specific odor, and you can tell somebody with kidney disease by the smell of acetone on their breath. I've noted it more than once from people who've been quite ill. Ethanol, methanol, these are alcohols that are byproducts of respiration and other types of metabolic issues. Other alcohols, and so that's why when you've had drinks, the next day you stink like alcohol, it's coming out of your breath. And then alkanes, which are types of alkaloid chemicals. Specific metabolic pathways that increase their exhalation are unknown. So we know that we will breathe out more of these chemicals as our body is ill, but we don't really understand how that works. The metabolic process that allows us to exhale these dangerous chemicals isn't well understood right now. So all these are factors that have an effect on your breath, your physical health, your general health, your dietary habits, environmental exposure to toxins, and then your lifestyle choices like smoking and drinking. All of these will affect how many volatile chemicals are coming out of your lungs and affecting your lungs. Elimination also occurs via the skin. So the skin plays a really important role in excretion in humans. There are two types of glands that can excrete toxins. Sebaceous glands secrete fats, and sweat glands secrete cellular metabolic wastes that are water soluble, such as water-containing salts, urea, and lactic acid. This also aids in osmoregulation, or the regulation of water coming in and out of your body. The fat glands, normally when you are excreting lipids in the body, there is not necessarily a strong odor unless you have bacteria on your skin that can contaminate the oil on your skin and make it start smelling. But if you have been exposed to oil-based toxins, your skin may be being used to excrete these toxins through the oil glands. And that is often where you get foul odor when you sweat really strongly, and it sticks to not just the hairs, but sometimes the fat that comes out. And it also can be a reason that you break out, because fat stays on the skin, and it can be extremely irritating if there are toxic chemicals in the fat on your skin. So this next section is a lot of science, but I do want to talk about it because it's some interesting information about how we eliminate toxins. So it's elimination and antiporters. So the end phase of natural daily detox is the transport of these phase 2 metabolites for elimination. This is mainly accomplished via a process where the waste, called efflux, is pumped out of mostly liver cells via transporter proteins called antiporters. So you get toxins in your liver, and then there's special cells called transporter cells, and these special cells have special proteins called antiporters that pick up the waste and carry it to your urine or your feces. Antiporters haul most phase 2 metabolites to either the kidneys or the bile duct, and from the bile duct it goes down into your small intestine. The efflux or the waste is then removed via urine or bile into the small intestine. So that's kind of how you get rid of what's not good anymore in your liver once phase 2 is complete. But, and this is the part I found so fascinating, emerging evidence has found that there are actually additional antiporter detoxification that goes on in the small intestine. For years, science thought the only place that antiporter proteins worked was in your liver, and that they were very specifically going to remove liver waste out from your liver into your urine, into your small intestine. So when science discovered that there were antiporter detox going on in the small intestine, they were like, because as far as science originally knew, antiporters only hauled phase 2 metabolites, which doesn't happen in the small intestine. That happens in the liver. So this detox process occurs before there has been any toxin circulated into your body, especially your liver. So this phase 3 activity of antiporters carrying toxins out occurs elsewhere in the body to remove metabolized toxins. But it also occurs in the villi of the small intestine before phase 1 even begins. So it's theorized that this activity helps support the regulation of toxin overloads into the body. In other words, if you eat something that's toxic, there is a possibility that your small intestine will activate antiporters to carry these toxins away out of your body before it even gets into your system. This is where I get excited, because now we're talking about reducing a toxic overload that never even occurs. And that's the best place to be in, because that's prevention. So this is what this looks like. On the left-hand side, you have food coming down through the stomach, and then the gut lumen. The gut lumen is the side, the wall of the gut. And then between the wall of the gut and the veins going to the body, the liver, and other places, there are these cells called enterocytes. And in these enterocytes that line the wall of your gut are antiporter proteins. And they also use enzymes, as enzymes are always used, to move things back and forth. But these antiporter proteins will uptake toxins as much as they can, these little diamond toxins, and hook it onto an antiporter and throw it back into your gut. So they're uptaking toxins, hooking it to an antiporter, throwing it back into your gut so that you can eliminate it before it ever gets carried to your liver. Now, some of the nutrients are carried into the veins, and some of those diamond-shaped toxins do make it into your body, but a lot of them, potentially a lot of them, can get carried back out of your feces without ever having entered your body. So antiporter activity in the intestines appears to be co-regulated with a phase 1 enzyme. Remember, all the way back on phase 1, there was these 60 different enzymes. So now phase 1 and phase 2 are working together in your gut to keep you from ever getting these toxins in your body. It's been speculated that this allows more opportunities for phase 1 activity to metabolize unwanted chemicals before they get into your blood system. This makes this antiporter activity in your gut an important factor in the first pass metabolism of pharmaceuticals and other xenobiotics, or things that are coming into your body. That's what a xenobiotic is. So first pass effect is the biotransformation of unwanted compounds by intestinal enzymes and these antiporters and the liver before the compound reaches any kind of systemic circulation. This means a healthy gut will potentially keep you from getting sick via toxins that you are ingesting. So physically, phase 3, whether it be in your liver or in your gut, you need a healthy microbiome, especially for that antiporter function that's going on in your gut before you ever even have the toxins in your body. You need a healthy ecosystem of probiotic bacteria. They are responsible in a great degree for the successful removal of toxins from your small intestine. You need healthy villi. These are the tiny little thread-like fans almost on the very end of all of your wall of your small intestine. If you have any autoimmune issues or inflammatory conditions in your gut, this impacts the health of your villi. The antiporter cells that are present in the wall of your gut need to be able to freely move through the gut wall, which means they need to have these villi stay healthy. If your villi are flattened or unavailable to work correctly, you're not going to be able to detox correctly. And now you've gotten an issue with something that's going on with your immune function, and you're making it worse because your body now can't function. Cycle downward. Physically, phase 3 also requires the proper function of your GI system. You need daily bowel movements, or at least very regular bowel movements. Without constipation, sluggishness, really loose stools, or diarrhea, you want to have enough matter that it can handle the absorption of metabolic waste without making you sick, getting diarrhea, or getting sluggish and tired because you're not feeling well. You also need healthy circulation. You've got to be able to transport toxins to the target elimination organs, from the liver to the lungs, out to the skin. So if your circulation isn't healthy, you're also at a deficit when it comes to your daily detoxification process. So elimination nutrients. Hydration is number one. We have to have enough water. It's a solvent that helps move so many of these toxins out of our body. Water, in my opinion, green or white or herbal teas are also acceptable ways to hydrate. You just want to make sure you don't add a lot of milk or sugar. You want them fairly clear. Probiotics. We need the right bacteria, in particular the Acidophilus and Bifidus families. Our bodies were built with these bacteria. We were always meant to have them. We don't need the latest, greatest, newest. We need the ones that our bodies have worked with for millennia. We need fiber, both soluble fiber. This is the kind that we can partially digest. It's found in foods like oat bran, barley, nuts, seeds, beans, lentils, fruits, many vegetables. And it absorbs a huge amount of water, and it helps us bulk up our feces so that when we have bowel movements, it can trap a lot of those toxins and move those out along with the bowel movement. We also need insoluble fiber, such as whole wheat, whole grains. Vegetables like celery in particular is a really good vegetable for insoluble fiber, and wheat bran. So psyllium husk is another insoluble fiber. Your body can't do much with it, but what it does is it acts like a broom, and it sweeps your villi clean so that you're keeping that cell wall, that intestinal cell wall of villi, open and free for the enterocytes carrying antiporters to be able to get those toxins and pull them out of what you're going to be absorbing for nutrients, and then throw that back into the gut so that you don't have toxins along with your nutrients. We also need a selection of micronutrients, and this is not all that we need, but these are some of the more important ones. Vitamins A, which is really beta carotene, which is that orange-yellow pigment. Vitamin B, all the B vitamins, that entire family. Vitamin C, it is a phenomenal free radical scavenger. So it's really important in the process of protecting your body from these toxins. Vitamin D is important for so many processes, I can't even go there. Vitamin E, vitamin K, and the whole carotenoid family, which is that pigment family. Minerals, important minerals: boron, calcium, chloride, chromium, cobalt, copper, fluoride. Believe it or not, we need a little bit of fluoride. This is not the same fluoride you find in toothpaste. This is a completely different type of molecule, by the way. Iodine, iron, magnesium, manganese, molybdenum, phosphorus, potassium, selenium, sodium, and zinc. So we need way more minerals than these, but these are ones we need on a daily basis. We need antioxidants. I talked already about beta carotene, that orange-yellow pigment family. The garlic family with the allicins is phenomenal. The sulfur-carrying molecules are great for daily detox. walnuts for the tocopherols, which is your vitamin E, black grapes for the antioxidant resveratrol, broccoli for glutathione, better is algae for glutathione, apples contain quercetin, another free radical scavenger, curcumin, catechins, which are found in green tea, the pepper family, especially those that have the capsaicins or capsaicins, which is another type of pigment, lemon, any of the citrus fruits, and really any fruit and vegetable with a deep, real natural color is going to have really good antioxidant nutrition, and it will no doubt help you on your daily detox journey. And then my two favorite sources for micronutrients and antioxidants, the algae family, both microalgae, blue-green algae, and sea algae, and the antioxidants found in your fungal families. They have loads of different kinds of antioxidants that do loads of different types of beneficial work in your body, all of which help support your daily detoxification process. So this series has been an in-depth series on the process of daily detox and how we can maximize our health. And next time, we're going to learn the process and symptoms of detoxification during natural healing. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.